This might be the worst Supergirl episode we've had the entire season. This episode was so bad. Hey everybody, it's Marshall Mike here, and as you can tell, this is going to be my Supergirl Season 2 Episode 14 review. And man, this was like the worst episode I've ever seen of Supergirl. I mean, it was so pathetic, but at the same time, it tried. You know, the episode definitely tried. There are moments that are okay in this episode. Like, there was actually a really funny moment in this episode that I actually really enjoyed. But other than that moment, this episode was really bad, and we have to talk about it. So, the moment I really loved were the moments that Mon-El and Kara were together, because I loves me this ship. This is the best relationship I've probably ever seen in a DC TV series. Because it just fits really well. You know, you have two characters that have these powers that do these jobs, and the reason why people like Oliver, people like Barry have never completely worked with their relationships. I mean, Barry is getting along with Iris quite well right now, but the reason why they don't completely work is because their relationship partners don't do the same job as they do. And here they do, but I really loved when Mon-El walked in the DEO and just outed their relationship. Like just like that. It was so hilarious that I just laughed so hard. It was a great moment. But then it got so bad. I mean, the episode took a horrible turn. And that's what I'm talking about, is Dean Cain. Dean Cain was the worst thing that happened to this season. I feel like Dean Cain should stop being in Supergirl because he was that bad. So CADMUS makes it so obvious that they're trying to plant Dean Cain at the DEO, and Kara didn't realize it. And that's what makes me so upset, is that Mon-El's trying to make Kara see that this is obviously a trick, and she doesn't get it, and it's horrible. Why would, again, and Mon-El even says this in the episode, why would they have their most valuable asset to them transported so, like, you know, flashy? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, even the opening scene where they go to rescue Dean Cain was horrible. Martian Manhunter literally landed on the ground, and all three vehicles, like, just fly up in the air. It makes no sense. I mean, I guess I could have seen it if he would have used, like, a telekinetic, like, attack or something, but he doesn't have telekinetic powers in the show, or at least they don't show them. So, I just don't understand that whole battle sequence. It just was awful. I didn't like it at all. Then they have a scene with Dean Cain and his wife, Eliza, and I think that she was also involved in, like, Dean Cain's old Superman days. I can't remember for sure. But Eliza's like, oh, we're gonna have to learn each other again and all this. And I'm like, woman, give him a minute. You know, it's probably hard for him to hear that, so just give him a while to adjust. But I just, that was not a good scene either. And then the whole scene, I did like when Mon-El kind of pursued the whole idea of him being, like, evil at the party. That was okay. That was a good scene. Like, that's one of the scenes that I said in the beginning of this video that were okay in the episode. And I actually kind of enjoyed that scene. Especially when Alex got all, like, you know, crazy on him. Like, it was on Mon-El. It was really fun to see that. But I just think Kara was really blind in this episode. I mean, Kara, and the reason why this is so easy to say for Mon-El to be right, is that Kara spent, like, that whole entire Lena Luthor episode trying to convince to everyone that Lena was a good guy. So I think that Kara would probably understand where Mon-El's coming from, yet she doesn't. I mean, she says she does, but let's be real here, she doesn't. Also, Jean has gone through Miss Martian, has gone through Lena Luthor, has gone through all these people so many times, you'd think he'd start reading people's minds once they surprisingly just pop up. I just don't understand why they couldn't do that in this episode, and they didn't, because Jean couldn't read Dean Cain's mind, Jeremiah's mind. And then we have to talk about Alex, because I feel like Alex, we'll talk about her a little bit more throughout the review, like later on. But I feel like Alex, I feel like she was also kind of in denial, because I feel like Kara and Alex kind of flip-flopped. I mean, Alex never really was on Mon-El's side at all, but then when Kara surprisingly changed sides to Mon-El, I mean, she didn't really change sides, but she kind of, like, came around to the idea of him maybe not being completely trustworthy. Alex just, you know, wouldn't take it. It was kind of like they were flipping the story a little bit. Like, Kara, like, it was just unexpectedly that Kara would switch over to Mon-El's side, even though, again, she wasn't really on his side. Or I guess it was funny that she would switch perspectives. So, I don't know. It was really weird to see that, because that was kind of rushed in that scene there. So, I just, And then we have to talk about how Jeremiah got the enhancements that Cyborg Superman has in this episode. I feel like they would have known. Something about, because like we saw that whole metal part on his arm by the time that Jean was fighting Jeremiah. I feel like they would have known that he would have gotten these enhancements, because during the battle that he had with Jean in the DEO mainframe, it was like making his arm was making noise. So I don't know, it felt like they would have known that too. So that's another horrible part of the episode. Win, I don't like, and I can't remember the actor's name, but I don't like Win with his girlfriend, because he makes these weird facial expressions, and he's very awkward with his girlfriend, kind of like how George is in the first few seasons of Grey's Anatomy. Like, it was just so awkward seeing that character, and this character, Win, in a relationship. It just didn't work. And then, another part of the episode I hated was the last scene. They tried to make like this emotional scene when Alex almost shot Jeremiah. I just didn't like that scene either. It made Alex feel weak. You know, I don't see why she could have like kept... I don't know. I don't see why she couldn't distract Jeremiah, and then Kara would finally come back from saving the people in the train and then take out Jeremiah. This whole episode was horrible. I don't know. I felt like ranting about this episode of how bad it was like the whole time. And then another thing about this episode is that it was very predictable. Like, the whole thing was just so predictable. But what did you guys think of the episode? Comment down below. Other than that, links up there to my other videos, links there to my Twitter, Instagram, vlog channel, and gaming channel. I'll try to catch up with some more videos. I'm going to post my Arrow video, because that episode was actually really good, and then post some bonus videos for you as well. So don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.